Good evening. I have missed over 9,000 shots in my career, and I have lost almost 300 games. 26 times I was trusted by my teammates to take the game-winning shot, and missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. When I first read this quote, I thought to myself, did Michael Jordan just say that he has failed over and over and over again in his life? He couldn't have. It was late at night, and my medication must have been wearing off. I told myself that I ought to reread the quote. So I did. As it turns out, I wasn't crazy. However, I began to think maybe Jordan was. Did he forget to mention the part about scoring over 32,000 points, winning 6 world championships, 5 most valuable player awards, and a collegiate championship too? Not to mention, starring in 5 different Hanes underwear commercials, and the movie Space Jam, which I highly recommend. But also, on top of basketball, he played professional baseball and became quite the golfer. This man is incredible. Personally, I would have preferred to hear this quote said by someone who actually knows a thing or two about failure. But I thought about this quote for a few days. I realized that if Jordan missed the big shot on Monday, he would hit the gym and practice that shot over and over and over again on Tuesday. He had an incredible desire and will to succeed. It's because of his desire and determination that he was trusted by those around him to take the game-winning shot. Even if he had a bad game or took a bad shot, he wasn't going to be benched. He was great, but he worked hard for his greatness. You may not know this, but I had a basketball career as well. In fact, my career was very similar to Jordan's. I, too, have missed over 9,000 shots, and I've lost plenty of games. However, when I was in 8th grade, playing for the Grace Church School varsity basketball team, I was trusted only once to take the game-winning shot. I was passed the ball with 2 seconds remaining on the clock, standing just inside the half-court line. I distinctly remember my father yelling from the stands, "Shoot!" I did just that. Somehow, the ball found its way through the hoop, and we won the game. That makes me 100% in game-winning shots. Take that, MJ. But despite what some might think, I believe that had I wanted to, I could have become great at basketball. Okay, good at basketball. We all can become good at something if we work hard and strive for success. The difference between me and Michael Jordan is I didn't have the desire to succeed in basketball. Without desire, we cannot achieve greatness. This semester, I am taking the history of Africa with Mr. Alami. In our first class, he told us that as far as grades go, you get what you desire. He said, if you want 100, you will get 100. If you want a 70, you will get a 70. If you want a 0, you will get a 0. It's that simple. You get what you work for. Wow. If only it were that easy. Believe me, I always want 100. It just doesn't always happen. If I gave up every time I didn't get 100, then I'd never improve upon my mistakes. We must be determined and not allow failures to slow us down. Think about our classes. Think about our community. Think about a sport we play. there's always something we try to improve upon. But do we always give it all we can? We can't. If you did that in a class, you'd run the risk of being called a nerd. But what's so bad about that? Because you know what? Nerds work hard. They succeed because they work twice as hard after a blown assignment, a failed test, or even a missed class. Like Jordan, they have an incredible desire to succeed. If the gym were a classroom, then Michael Jordan would be the nerdiest of all nerds. His unstoppable desire for success carried him through his failures. To me, the most significant part of Michael Jordan's quote is when he mentions being trusted by his teammates. When we fail, we need support from the people around us in order to get back on track. Basketball is a team sport, and Jordan couldn't have turned his failures into successes without the help of his teammates. You're only as good as the people around you, and the people around Jordan were great. They believed in him, and he believed in himself. The combination was unstoppable. In a sense, life is a team sport. You can't go through it alone. When we work together and support each other as a community, we will find success. Failures are inevitable. If Michael Jordan can fail, we all can fail. It's what we do once we fail that's important. When I fail, I tell myself to keep chopping. This is the motto of the Rutgers University football team and happens to be my mantra. It gives me the motivation to get through the difficult things in life. When I'm down and having a bad day, I keep going. I keep chopping. Whether I'm writing a paper or completing a homework assignment, I keep working. I keep chopping. If I get rejected by a college or even a girl, I keep my head up. I keep chopping. It helps me forget the bad and keeps me working hard to find the good. We all have the ability to become great, but it's never easy. Believe in each other. Believe in yourself and have the confidence to succeed. Work hard through whatever obstacles may come your way. Understand that at times you will fail, but keep chopping. Because as Michael Jordan once said, I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Thank you.